Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Imola for race 7 of the RR Plus League, the resident Tuesday Night League. As always, I'm joined by my co-commentator, Mr. Louis 2554. How you doing, Louis?
Welcome to Italy. I'm good.
They love a chicane in Italy, don't they? They do
They
love a
really do
chicane.
love a chicane. They do.
How you doing tonight anyway? Are you good?
I'm good, yeah. Got
Looking
my
forward to
raincoat
this?
ready. Got my umbrella ready.
What, for your grid walk in the rain?
Yeah, exactly. Weather
So
report suggesting that there might be a little bit of rain
yeah,
at certain points during qualifying and the race, so we'll see. We'll see what
there is a
happens.
rumour.
Oh, stone dry as it is right now.
So for qualifying, we'll put the telemetry and everything on.
Yep, full qualifying today.
We'd love to see
So
it. I'm
5
going to
people out
assume
in
it's 4
Q1.
out and then 5 out, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. If you can hear me, Josh, when Reimer wants his invite, just come on the mic and tell me, and I'll invite him in. And we've got an Alpine coming out of the pits. Oh, a bit of an unsafe pit release there.
Yeah, the Haas pulling right out in front of him. That's not ideal.
Already some. Yeah, I'll invite him. No problem. We could do this now while everybody's on their outlaps, of course. Oh, I wish I could get in the right menu. That'd be nice. There we go. And Coconut has been invited. And he's joined. Yeah, so Imola, Louis.
Have a look at the championship. I was just going to have a look at the championship
yeah,
standings.
please, by all means.
So MNZ, he's there, and yep. So MNZ leading the championship, 85 points. Got to go see you, 62 points, so quite a bit of a gap already. And then, is that me in third still? I think it is me in third still in the championship. AXV in fifth on 41 points. He isn't here today, is he? I don't think he's. I think his flight got cancelled. I don't think he
I
made
believe
it.
so.
And then we've got Craig DeResta in P6 in the championship at the minute. You love to see it.
Coming off the back of a spectacular second place in Bahrain on Sunday.
Definitely. Great race for him. And full qualifying, we know what he can do in full qualifying.
Oh, he does love it. I'm trying to figure out who's at the front here. It's an Alpine.
Yeah. Got to go see you.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, okay. So what's your thoughts on Imola in general, Louis? Do you like it? Is it a track that you particularly enjoy? No?
I severely dislike it.
Okay.
It's just not a nice track to drive at all, in the dry or the wet. So some tricky corners. It's just not a fun track.
I'm not a fan of the uphill right-hander that got to go. Oh, he's just invalidated. They got to go see you. We'll just have a look at this corner coming up here. Is the trickiest corner on the track, I would say, especially for those, even for those running.
The chicane's really tough.
Even for those running full traction, it's very, very easy to get that wrong.
Yeah. You wanna cut a lot of the sausage on either side, if you can, take it quick, but don't cut too much sausage because you'll invalidate or spin, as we saw with Charles Leclerc last year in Imola in the wet.
That is right. Yeah.
And put it into the wall. So there's a Gottscoat comes in.
Oh, there's a purple sector 2 there from I don't know how to say his name. 3ZR3 Al. We'll call him Al. From Al in 8th.
Yeah. So he's going to be going.
Oh
no! Login Lou takes pole.
Oh, Login Lou with the provisional. Well, not quite because it's a full quali, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's only 4 seconds off the pace tonight from his first lap. I'd like to see him improving. we've got Craig DeResta in the... Oh, yeah, no problem, Yankee.
As Wes goes into P1 by a second to James. Wes is using medium and no ABS, I think, so he told us not to jinx him in the commentary box, so he doesn't spin.
Well, I'll say it now. He's had a relatively free qualifying session, free of incidents so far.
Look out, Big Al's just about smashed into an Alpha and an Aston Martin there, and then almost a Haas. I'm not sure what these guys are doing here. They're all over the place.
Are they racing in the qualifying here?
I think he just got in his way, and now they're both just sat on the grass. Got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified here, sitting off the track. A lot of traffic.
We'll stay on board with Craig DeResta for just a second while I sort these links out. And yeah, I've sorted that. I'll send it you as well.
Yeah, I know you can. Goes into P1. So, Danny's retired from the session. That's gonna be him out of qualifying. Well,
he's out.
Probably out of qualifying. That'll be probably out of qualifying there.
You would think. Now, got to go see his coming back out on an outlap. I would say, Louis, due to the weather reports that I've received, you might want to do your lap on board with him right now.
I'll try. I'm not an Imola specialist. But we'll have a look. So DRS down this main straight, tricky braking and turning point into turn 1, trying to stay off the sausage on both sides, getting it through a little bit wide there, jolting all over the place. I don't know if he's got a bit of lag. Another tricky chicane here, avoiding the sausage curves again, not running too wide on the exit. Flying right down, use all the curb on the exit on this corner, looking pretty nice through there. Fast left-hander, don't invalidate like that. Actually, I don't think it's quite invalidating, but he's gone a bit wide. Avoid the sausage curves again there, use all the track, avoid the sausage curves there and on the exit. And then into an extremely tricky chicane. You want to take as much sausage as possible. Balls on this corner. Don't run too wide on the exit. Purple set to 2. Forgot to go see her. Then I run down to the last double left-hander. Once again, trying to use all the track. He just about keeps it on the track, I think, both times. Activate the DRS and across the line for a P4.
Not too shabby. Yeah, I did think that he was going to invalidate at the top of the hill there.
It looked like he went over the white track limits a couple of times there, but evidently not. But yeah, this lap is all about just avoiding sausage. So.
Sam Smith hates this.
Oh, he does. You avoid sausage until the chicane, then you want as much sausage as possible. So, yeah.
Another thing that I've noticed between this track and say Monza, which is obviously the other Italian track, it's such a tight track. There's not a lot of space. It's such a narrow circuit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is hard to race side by side around here because the track's barely 2 cars wide, so it can be tough.
The big overtaking zone is the start finish with the DRS.
Best opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not many opportunities to brake late and dive bomb or anything. You have to be properly side by side or in front to get a move done. So it's tricky.
Just having a look at the Red Bull Edge Yankee on his outlap.
Let's hope he can have a better race than what he had on Sunday.
Oh, he's invalidated, but has that invalidated his next lap as well because of the corner it was on?
He's into the pits.
That's putting the pressure on there. As Cupid is on a fast lap in the in this sexy Alfa Romeo. Gotta love that car.
Very nice looking car.
So Bahrain Sunday, shall we? While we're in Q1, I finished third in my respective league. I spun and cost myself the race, which I'm not happy about, but I'll take a podium. I hear you're in the top division, Louis. Louis is a very fast racer. He's right up there in the top league. I heard it wasn't the cleanest race that you've ever raced in.
Yeah, it was about as clean as the Mumbai slums. Race. Yeah, not the best for racing, but just a couple of people really. Constant incidents. Not what you want to see, but
first race of a new season, maybe.
We'll
get
give
that out
people
the
the
system.
benefit of the doubt. Harsh penalties have been given at least, so yeah, no messing around from the stewards.
Which you like to see, to be fair. As Cupid puts in a 1:17.9. Now we're getting to that point soon where people will be coming out for another fast lap, with it being a full quali.
Yeah, so we're looking at quali strategy here. So the guys that are pretty confident they'll be looking for Q3. You really want to be using one set of tyres during Q1 and Q2 if you can. Just getting a solid clean lap in and saving 2 or 3 sets of fresh softs for Q3.
Well, got to go see you here. As retired in the pits from the session, he feels confident there with a 1:17.8. I must say,
that'll easily
I think
be good
that's
enough for
very, it's very secure.
Well, at the minute, Danny, who he's actually done an 18.2, so I'm not sure why it's relegated him down to P15 when that would have put him P8, P9.
Now, if you remember, Louis, this is what happened to
it happened in
Jazz
Bahrain.
Keys.
Yeah. He put in a lap that was quick enough, but because he smashed out of the session, it decided to bump him down a few positions.
Now, the theory that I came up with, now it's not fact or anything, it's just theory, is that if you smashed out and wrecked your front suspension, for example, during Q1, in real life you wouldn't have time to build your suspension, to fix the whole of what you've smashed between Q1 and Q2. So I would assume that that's why.
But the time's still the time, though, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you smash or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, then he should be. Let's say his time was whatever 7th fastest. He should go to Q2 and then just be in 15th.
Yeah, if he can't get out in Q2, then that's his problem. But his lap time should be there.
But this is, I hate to say it's a little bit typical EA racing game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely.
Felipe coming through to a fast lap.
Weather report: 92% chance of rain at the start of the race.
Wow, now that's interesting. I wonder what strategies that people are using here in qualifying.
Yeah, I'd imagine everyone in qualifying at the minute will be using I'm not sure. Obviously, dry setup's the ideal setup for now, but if they've seen the weather forecast and it's probably going to rain at the start of the race, then you'll think about using a wet setup. Obviously, a lot more downforce on the wet setup.
Ooh, and there's excuse me. There's a invalidation there from Felipe in the Ferrari. One of 2 debutants today, along with Tatan Prieto, I believe.
Yep.
Both from Colombia. So you're both automatically my wife's favourite drivers.
So they can have as good of a debut race as the guys last week had in Bahrain.
I think that's going to take. Yeah, that's going to take some doing.
Both incredible races.
Unfortunately, not available this week. Tunable had to pull out at last minute, I'm afraid. How did they get on Sunday, by the way? The debutants.
Tunable didn't race, and Sky won the race. Poland won. Straight in the league, straight up there. Was one of the fastest. Have we got anyone on a lap at the minute?
Yeah, Sub-Zero's coming through to he's ran really wide there. That could be he's not invalidated, but that's not going to do his time any good. In 14th.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few people struggling with traffic issues on their laps here. Obviously,
there's a lot of people on that same straight.
Yeah, it seems like that area of the track every time. There's just so many people crowded up. Not ideal.
I mean, this 2 people not put a lap in yet. Craig DeResta is struggling here in 17th. At some point, you would think he's got to come out.
Definitely. We've got. I'm just looking at the penultimate corner now. They're going 3 wide. James has just hit a Williams there. They're going 3 wide through the last corner.
That's too much
Ferrari's in
traffic.
the wall. Yeah, a Ferrari's just span into the wall on the last corner. That was Felipe.
I
think
on debut.
Williams went onto the gravel. So people have got to use their mini maps here and get themselves into a better gap, because the whole track's free, and then you've got 4 or 5 cars side by side when people are trying to start or finish the lap. It's not great. Not great at all.
That qualifying etiquette you like to see, that's not really happening at the minute.
I mean, people are trying to get out of the way. They're just all too close to each other. There's nowhere to go. So I think 3R Al is on a lap at the minute. So
I'm just looking at him now. We'll ride on board.
He's 7/10 up through sector 1. So he's gonna be looking to probably go into the top 5. Yeah.
It's quite a close grid, to be fair.
It's looking really close. So there's a lot of people you say chance of pole position here. Looking at the top 6 at the minute, and then Al's on a pretty good lap. Who's just gone a lap there?
Who's just gone in there? Is that Wes? I think that might be Wesley Snipes.
Wes has already got on that. I think Marshall went 7th.
He went 7th, 17. Yeah. He's there, you know.
Yeah.
All them sub-18s. You never know.
Al's almost definitely going to do a sub-18 here. So we'll see what kind of lap he can do smoothly around that last corner.
Very nice around there, yeah.
Getting the DRS open. Can he get into the 117s? Not quite. 18
Not quite, but that's a good lap.
It's good enough. We've got 1 minute 53. These will be the last runs for the guys, probably 13th and downwards at the minute. I mean, Coconut and Rhyme haven't even got a lap in yet.
Rymer's on his out lap. The pressure is on for him now.
He's just about to start his lap. You think someone like Ryan, he'd easily be able to get himself into the top 10 here?
Yeah. Don't know if Coconut's having issues. Oh, a little bit of a.
But Coconut's going to be out of qualifying. Coconut hasn't got enough time to get out of the pits and get an out lap, so that's Coconut out of qualifying. So that's unfortunate for him. 2 weeks running actually out in Q1.
Yeah.
Obviously had that spin in Bahrain, so not a good quality performance from him. I'm not sure if he had an issue that meant he couldn't get out. It was unusual that he just wouldn't put in a time in an 18-minute session. But
I will say though, last week he did. For me, he was the driver. Maybe not driver of the day because of what Sky did, but he was really up there for driver of the day.
He had a really good race. Reimer goes purple in sector 1. So that's another person who's going to be low 117s here, I think. So we might have a 5-6 way battle for pole position come Q3 here. So that's going to be extremely good.
Craig DeResta's got to pull out 6 or 7 tenths here at least.
So yeah, we'll jump to him after we've.
And that's a purple sector 2, which just flashed up as well.
Yeah, Ryan was on a great lap. This is going to be might have our first drive into the 116s. Yeah. Obviously, he's had a lot. The track's been a lot more rubbered in pace laps than the rest, like the top 5, 6 sort of. But
this is a really risky strategy leaving it this late. But if you get it right, you've saved yourself tyres, time, everything.
And he's going to do a 17.6. So
okay,
a pretty poor sector 3, but the pace he had in sector 1 and 2, you think he's got to be up there for pole. And that's quality finish. Let's have a look where Craig DeResta's.
Craig is a tenth down on his time, yeah.
That's Craig going to be 17, so that's going to be Craig.
Craig is out in Q1 for the first time in his career.
First career Q1 exit for Craig. I think we've got Logan Lou, Sub-Zero actually. We'll look at Sub-Zero going through the chicane now. He's 2 tenths up on his time at the minute. That's not going to be enough, I don't think, currently.
I think Logan Lou's just put in a 120. That's a solid time there from Logan. That's a lot closer than he was last week. That's pretty solid.
Look at Sub-Zero crosses the line here. I think this is the last person on the meaningful lap. Maybe Felipe behind him as well. Sub-Zero is going to do a 118.3 and puts it into 14th. That's to be into Q2. We've got Felipe coming into sector 3. He's currently 200ths down, but I think he might have had a bit of traffic at this point of the racetrack in his last lap, so we'll see what time he can do. It's going to be a 18.1, puts P13 just ahead of his Ferrari teammate, and that's him into Q2.
And it looks like Danny has just sneaked in there.
I think yeah, Danny's time's actually updated and put him in the right place.
Yeah.
That's going to be P15 for him. So yeah, he's just about got through. And obviously, there's no repair times in F1, so he will participate in Q2, despite I think absolutely wrecking his car at some point.
So we've got SL Coconut out in 20th with no time. Logging Lou with a 120.9, which, as I say, and I don't mean this disingenuously. That is a really good time from Logging Lou there. Really close up to the pack compared to the form that we've seen him on. So credit to him there. A really poor qualifying session from Craig DeResta with a 118.6. Adium there with a 118.4. I'm sure he'll be disappointed. And Sub-Zero at the last there, a 118.3. Is not good enough to get through to Q2. And
I've just got some inside information.
Yes.
From Gianchi, apparently from the Waterman's Garage, is they've gone all out on the wet setup for him, expecting a lot of rain in the race. So putting it P3 on a supposed wet setup,
well, that's
quite an impressive lap from him.
If there are truth to those rumours, then yeah, that's an excellent.
I think this is one of the tracks where you probably get away with a wet setup in the dry, just because there's not a lot of straight. Obviously, you've got the big start finish rate, but that's about it in terms of straight. So you have the extra cornering speed. You'll lose a lot of time on the straight, but you'll make all that back through the corners. So I wonder how many people have decided to go for the wet setup, predicting the weather.
A lot of warnings here.
Yeah,
mostly
a lot
for
of people.
speeding.
Janky said he track limited 3 times there, so I'm not sure if he's wasted a couple of sets of tyres there or something, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, Jay Pinto, for example, has used 3 sets of softs there.
That's not ideal,
yeah.
Good lap from him in P6, but he'd have been expecting to use 1 set in Q2 and Q1.
That probably means he's going to have to go out on either mediums in this session
use
softs at some point.
Yeah, I imagine if he invalidated, those softs won't have too much. And if he's got the pace, I think he should be able to get into the top 10 even on a used set of tyres. So we'll see if he
That's a fair point.
to. But if you already used 3 sets, that means he's only got 1 set of fresh softs left, which means he's gonna have to. Ideally, you'd want to save them for Q3, if possible. But he might have to use it if he's out of the top 10. He might have to just bite the bullet and use that fresh set of softs just to get into Q3. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. Still dry.
Still dry conditions.
Yep.
As we have an onboard racer right now. Can you hear me, Josh? Could we have a weather report, please, for Q2 and Q3? So, but that's approximate, so it could come in earlier, it could come in later. Okay, thank you very much. That's lovely, Josh. Thanks a lot for that. That's very helpful. Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Well, if we've got rain in 10 minutes, Louis, this could be...
Yeah, that's going to mean people are going to want to get out as soon as possible and make sure they don't invalidate or crash, because they're going to want to get those laps in, because as soon as a few drops of rain are on the track, you won't be able to improve at all.
Although we do know what Mark's 10 minutes are like.
Yeah, it means it's probably going to rain next Tuesday if he said that. So we'll see when we actually get rain. But
as we're gonna, Wes is the first out of the pits this time.
Let's have a look at our boy Wes. Obviously my teammate.
On Sundays.
In RR1.
You got. Did you get 9th in the end?
P9.
2 points.
P9 after penalties. So yeah, he showed great pace, but unfortunately got into a couple of incidents during the race, and it cost him massively. Couldn't recover, but a good couple of points for him in the end. He's going to want to have a good result here.
Literally everybody out trying to get a time in.
Yeah,
I think based on the fact the
Mark
weather report
would have been on all the radios and said rain coming, get a lap in. Let's have a look at Wes here then.
It's right on board with Wesley Snipes. Nice corner cut there. Got perfect line through there. You've got to try and keep it as straight. Even though there's a slight kink in this, you've got to try and keep it as straight as possible.
Yeah. Those extra thousandths could prove
They
the
all add
difference.
up. Yep.
So
Take as much curb as he can there.
yeah, avoiding the sausage.
Nice exit.
Tricky uphill, slow corner. That is really easy to lose the rear around there, but look, got it hooked up nice. Purple 2 there. No, purple 1, sorry. The worst.
I would hope so. He's the first start. There's the really tricky corner.
Misses the apex slightly there. Not ideal, but
It's more ideal than spinning. That's all I can say.
Alright, eat that sausage.
That's nice.
Not quite eating the second sausage as much as one would like, but
I happen to know that Wes doesn't like touching the sausage on the second part of the chicane. It spins him out a lot.
not?
No.
Okay. You have to. If you're going to be all over the sausage, you have to be really careful. Through there.
I'm sorry, guys.
No homo, no homo.
Yeah. A 1:17.4 is a good starter lap. That.
I think that's about the same as his lap in Q1. So I'm pretty confident in saying that would be enough for Q2 at the minute. Q3, sorry, to go into Q3. As James goes P2, got to go see a P3. Yeah, Wes has got a good little lap there by the looks of it. As I'm gonna look with I'm gonna go to the marshmallow.
Yeah, just started.
Obviously, Lee going a marshmallow. What a guy! Absolute icon of the sport.
Never won a Mickey Mouse trophy in his life. All genuine.
No, always challenges himself. Always wants to go against the best. See what he can do through the chicane.
That's
not
nice.
Too bad through there.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Pretty nice. Yeah. He gargled that sausage a little bit more than Wes managed to. As Reimer goes into P1, that's what we expected him. But this is really close. As Janky goes P1 with a 17.0.
I'm not sure he's telling the whole truth about this wet setup, unless everyone else is running a wet setup.
I'm not sure. The wet setup might only be a few clicks of wing higher, so I'm not too sure what the exact setup is, but
that's a decent time there from Marshmallow.
Definitely, and everyone looks like they've managed to get a lap in apart from Cupid, but he's not done that lap
He
yet,
is on his outlap though.
Everyone, to be fair, only 1 second between first and 11th. Everyone managed to get a lap in straight away there.
Look how close this is going to be for the top 10.
Everyone who's put a proper lap in, literally 1.05 seconds.
Yeah.
At the minute, so really close. Cupid's going to start a lap now.
Yeah. That's who I'm riding on board with at the minute.
I wouldn't say anyone is safe at the minute. Even the guys on a 17.5, 17.4, but the guys behind still can improve. They're not. No one's safe.
Well, you've got MNZ there.
Safe at the minute.
You've got MNZ there on a 118.
Yeah,
like at any point, he could pull out a sub 117. He could be in the 116 somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a direct quote from our friend Craig DeResta here. Yep. If you've got kids, just cover their ears for a minute. He said, well, that was shit. Couldn't get anything going. I fucking hate this track.
Fair play. I'm with him.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
See what Cupid can do here coming through the chicane.
Just realised I haven't put the lap data on.
Purple set to 2 for Cupid, so that's Cupid going to be right up there as well. And that's I think if he gets his lap in, that's going to be MNZ out of the top 10 for now.
Pressure's on Pinto. If this rain comes, he can't sit and wait.
As Cupid goes P1.
Wow, what a lap.
With a 17.0. This is incredibly close here. As that's MNZ now into the elimination zone. But look at that, the 11, 12 and 13, you've only a 10th off, like 1 to 2 tenths off getting into Q3 here, so a lot of pressure on people to improve, especially if that rain is going to come.
As soon as that rain hits, it's over for this qualifying session.
Definitely.
With an 82% chance of rain, though, would you just come straight back out and not risk it?
I think so, yeah.
Rather than risking, waiting for a bit more rubber on the track, just put that lap in.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got to go see, I believe, his He's on a. Is he on the end of his outlap, I believe? Yeah, he must be. He's got a 150.
Who's that? Sorry.
Got to go see you. He's just about to start a fast lap from 10th.
Yeah, so he's going to want to improve because he's only about 700ths at the minute. He's only safe by 700. So
he's the guy in the danger zone.
Even at the minute, 2 or 3 tenths gets you 5 positions. So it doesn't need a massive improvement. Just anything.
It could be anything from literally 3rd down at this point.
Yeah.
It's only 6 tenths.
Yeah, it's so close. That's what we want.
I think this Q2 has been the closest qualifying session that we've commentated on. In terms of we couldn't tell you 5 drivers that are going to go out here.
Really? Why I forgot to? It doesn't invalidate.
Is that? I mean, that's a couple of people I've seen do that.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really easy to go wide of that corner.
Oh, there's somebody in front of him warming their tyres here. They need to get out of the way.
Got to go see you. So I got to go see you improving massively here. Hopefully for his sake. Purple in sector 2 is really nice. I'm not sure what he's got on the thing up, but
look, it looks a nice lap.
It's been a nice lap. Just got to get it through safely now. It's purple 2, so it must decent lap just about doesn't invalidate. He's going to cross the line, and that's going to be a 17.6. 3 tenths going to put him into P7. So a few positions made up here. We've got MNZ on an outlap at the minute.
I think that's who we should be watching. I know he's quite early on his lap, but
he's definitely not going to want to go out.
He'll be massively disappointed.
Yeah.
Now the man on the cusp now is the league owner himself, Mr. Marshmallow. We assume that MNZ is going to go a lot quicker here, so there's still a lot to play for.
Marshmallow said that apparently the weather looks like it's going to be sunny for the rest of Q2. So if the rain comes in Q3, whether it's at the start or the end, that's going to make it like people are going to have one shot to get a lap in on fresh tyres. So
yeah,
that'll be really intense to see who can just get that lap hooked up straight away.
Right, here we go.
MNZ starting a lap now.
Yep.
He'd be lucky to go into that top 3. I think ideally for him. As MS Racing.
MS Racing, lovely lap.
Really good lap from him. This is very. I don't think we've definitely not seen a quality this close before in the league.
Not just close, but high quality racing.
Yeah.
Well, qualifying.
Yeah, MNZ finishing sector 1. He's going to be almost 2 tenths up on his time, and at the minute that'll do for multiple positions. MNZ's now in P13. 1 second at the minute separates the entire 14 people on the grid. That's actually ridiculous.
That's pretty insane. Yeah.
I realised Danny actually went out in Q1. I didn't actually realise
that. Oh, did they? Yeah. I was wondering just now why there's 14.
Yeah, only the top 14 that went through.
Wes the first man to do it.
There's MNZ's 4 tenths up here, so he's on for a P8, P9 here. Probably get another couple of tenths in Q3 as well.
Phenomenal time there from Wes. First man on track to get under the 117s.
Yep. The MNZ's gone around the last corner. It's been a decent lap from MNZ. I think it will do.
I think it's just tidy. It's a safe, tidy lap, isn't it?
And that's going to put him in pole position by 3 tenths.
Wow.
2 tenths. Yep.
Wow.
That's what we expected. So, some really good lap times being set. And I don't think it's going to look like rain. So we got Felipe, Marshmallow, and Al all in the pits at the minute. They're going to need to improve by 3 or 4 tenths. We got Pinto on an outlap, I believe. Oh no, he's actually screwed his lap, so he's gonna have one more chance.
He's got to get in and get back out pretty quick. He will have time.
Yeah, loads of time.
I think it was the old Jeremy Clarkson cliche, wasn't it? It didn't look fast; it just looked smooth.
Smooth is fast in F1. So apparently 5 minutes till rain, so I don't think rain's going to affect us.
Not quite going to hit us in
this
Q2.
session, but Q3 could we be getting a repeat of Kevin Magnussen in Brazil last year, where it's just the first man who gets the lap and gets pole because the rain just comes straight away.
Well, funnily enough,
interesting to see.
Not just Kevin Magnussen in Brazil. If you remember in Brazil, the season before last, everybody just jumped out.
I got pole position in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
yeah, from that.
Purely
So
because of the rain. Yeah.
yeah, it's just
It,
because the rain just lose so much grip. Whoever it's literally the order you come out of the pits in is the order it will finish because of the conditions.
Marshmallow, he's wrecking his engine here.
We got everyone in the pit lane on and out lap now. So I think the top five or six, probably the top six, I'd say are dead safe at the minute. But like seventh downwards, they're only 3/10. They're only 1 or 2 tenths out of the elimination zone here. So even like Reimer, AC and that, well, probably AC downwards. They're only
I'd go
only 2
with
tenths
that.
out of the elimination zone, so they're going to have to improve.
As we see, the top six are all staying in.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
want
think
to
they're
save the
safe.
tyres.
I think they're good on a 17.3 downwards. We'll have a look at Marshmallow here. He's going to need minimum 2 tenths to improve into the top 10. He's currently on a 6-minute 50 outlap. Standard RR2 pace. So he's going to start his lap now. He's going to be hoping to find a couple of tenths here.
This is where, to quote Eminem, knees weak, palms are sweaty.
Yeah,
The pressure is on.
The pressure on this lap to get it right at the end. That's why we love full quali. The amount of pressure, the situations you get in.
Yeah, it can turn even the best drivers.
Exactly. As Marshmallow sets a one is going to be almost 2.5 tenths up on his own time. So at the minute,
nice
that's a really good sector one. Oh, that's not what you want mid lap to get into Q3.
I think that's his
Marshmallow out of qualifying.
Yeah,
which is really unfortunate to have a
wheel problem there.
Mechanical failure when you're 2.5 tenths up through sets of one. Not ideal. But who else have we got on the lap at the minute?
James just went a tenth faster.
AZ at the minute through the chicane, 2.5 tenths
yep.
up. Purple set to 2, so he's going to be trying to jump into the top 3 here.
Feel bad for Marshmallow there with a mechanical failure.
Yeah, not what you want to see. And see what AC can do over the finish line. Look like a nice lap, and he's going to put in a 17.1.
Oh, that's a lovely lap. Yeah.
So at the minute, even got to go see you in P10 on a 17.6 is under massive pressure here. Because I'm not sure who's furthest forward. I think James at the minute.
I've got to go see you. I think he might be the furthest back.
Yeah, so. James is done. He's P8. He's had to slow down. As we've got, I think we've got Jay Pinto or Ferrari. No, Felipe. No, Felipe's going to come into. That's Felipe going to be out in qualifying. There's another Ferrari behind him. We've got Tatan Prieto, who's 7 tenths down on his lap, so that's him going to be in P9. Has got to go see us, that's a purple set to 2. Jay Pinto's going to cross the line and go 17.5, puts him into P8. Oh. That's Tatan into P10.
We've got to go see his lap here. This could be...
We've got Al. Al spun! 5 tenths down anyway, so that's going to be him out of qualifying. Got to go see is going to come around the last 2 corners. 4 tenths up on his time. Let's see if he can put it into the top 10 to get into Q3. With a great lap,
he's put it in 6. That's a nice lap.
So, at the minute, yeah.
I think that's everyone.
That is everyone. Marshmallow.
Can he still?
Marshmallow's on a lap. He's going to be somewhat close to improving here. Marshmallow's going to cross the line. Can he get into that top 10? No, he can't.
Oh, not quite.
Just out on his own time. So, James just about holding on there by 1.5 hundredths there for James getting into Q3. If it is just a 4 out, we'll have to see what he decides it wants to do.
I believe it should be. And if it is just 4 out, that's just 7 tenths between the whole of the top 10.
Yeah, that's extremely close. So, Al's going to be out in Q2. Marshmallow probably would have got through if it wasn't for that mechanical
failure. He's on a really good lap.
Yeah. Felipe, I don't think he was on a very good lap. Same with his Ferrari teammate. And then James getting lucky there to sneak in by a couple of hundredths. But
should he sneak in? We don't know yet.
Well, yeah,
we assume that he will. We assume that it'll be 10 to finish.
We're just waiting for AC's car to get put into the box. I'm going to have to go for a short break.
Yes, so it is 10 through, as you can see there. Unfortunate for the two debutants there, 11th and 12th, but a solid showing from all the top 14. It's very harsh on the people that are out just because of the fast lap times. And of course, Marshmallow there with a mechanical failure, should we say, that's out of his hands as well. But now we get to see that top 10 go at it. And according to Mark, there could be rain here in Q3. So who's got the setup? Who's going to get out first is the big question, because that might be as important as having the right setup on. If you can get that lap in and then the rain comes, I've often wondered, the guy that lives in that house, like in the middle of the track, how do you get to the shops on race day? I mean, there is the bridge, I know that. Here we go. Oh, and we have rain. Looking like intermediate conditions as it stands. Not sure if it will get heavier or lighter, as we've got someone already coming out of the pits. We've got a Red Bull coming out and an AlphaTauri teleporting in the pits there. I believe that is Wes on the intermediate tyres. So let's ride on board with Wes. We can take a closer look here at the track conditions.
Sorry, I'm back. Right, just
no, we have rain and we have intermediate tyres.
Okay, that's going to spice it up.
Just riding on board with Wes just to take a look at the track condition. Not quite standing water yet, but it's definitely very, very wet.
So I've actually got a special guest coming in to join us in the commentary box for Q3, Mr. Marshmallow, league owner.
Welcome, the league owner.
Good afternoon.
Unfortunate qualifying there for you in Q2. Something out of your hands. Oh, these things happen, yeah. But you're in a position where a couple of people spin. Yeah. I'd rather start 13th than, let's say, 17th, 18th. You know, you've still got a good chance. Your lap times seem to me like they were pretty on it. Who would you think?
First man on a
yeah, I'm riding on board with Wes right now. Louis. We see how he can go.
Who do you think? Position, then?
Yeah, I was going to say Marshmallow. Who do you think is going to put this on pole? Yeah.
But apparently Janky's using apparently with the wet setup. Definitely.
I don't think I will say, regardless of what setup he's got on, I don't think you can count MNZ out of a pole position.
I think Wes, MNZ, Cupid, Janky, Reimer could all get pole position here.
Based on Q2, there's only 7 tenths between them. Any of them could theoretically
especially with the rain,
put in a lap.
If no one can hook a lap, or one guy gets it right, then as Wes is going to cross the line, we'll see what he can do as the benchmark.
AC is out of the session, and it's on track. I believe that is on track
Yep. Ooh, MNZ. So MNZ goes provisional pole. 3/10 ahead of Janky, 1.1 seconds ahead of Wes. So that wet setup clearly, well, Janky's
Just
wet
watching
setup not too
James
bad.
here, he's had a little bit of a fishtail out of the chicane.
Yeah.
You can see a racing line. Oh,
Ooh, sliding all over the place on the exit in the last corner there. That's going to be.
So
What's
losing
this
a
going
lot
to
of
be for
time.
him? A 26-1, yeah, not a competitive time whatsoever. I think the track conditions will be a bit crap for a few minutes, and then as a bit of a dry line starts to appear, there might be a little bit more grip.
I mean,
But
we're assuming that it's not going to get heavier.
Ryan with 136.0. I think he's going to carry on for another lap.
Oh, Cupid's ran really wide there. He's invalidated his lap. As MS Racing comes through, let's put some lap data on so we can see these qualifying times. Ooh.
Look how careful and slow they're taking it through those last corners. No confidence at all on the power as he goes P4, 25.8.
Now we've seen there's no 7/10 between them now.
No,
We're
I mean,
seeing
a lot
some
of time it's
big
been the grid.
gaps.
It's just who can get the power down the best and not lose the rear. The Pinto's coming around the end of sector 3 now.
Yep.
See what he can do.
Look at that Williams. Quite a nice looking car, the Williams. Shame it's
Apart from the dashboard.
oh yeah, and it's a shame it's a bag of shit in real life, but yeah.
Alright, see what Pinto's going to do. Going to be a 27.5, so 3.5 seconds off the pace for Pinto.
But still good enough for sixth as it seventh as it stands.
So I think Rymer's just gone P4.
Yep.
We got Cupid stunt.
He's put in a purple.
Yep, purple sets the one for Cupid. And if the rain's going to get... Oh, losing the rain 3 times through that corner. And if the rain's going to get worse, do you think these laps here are going to be the best laps they can do? So
It does look pretty dark.
yeah, and you see Cupid lost the rear 3 times through one corner there. So clearly, there's not really any kind of dry line now, is there? Whatsoever.
No.
The track looks extremely greasy. So I think that could be pole position locked up for MNZ here by 4/10 if the track doesn't improve. Cupid's going to finish his lap now.
Well, Janky and Wes are coming back out, so they obviously fancy it.
See where Cupid's going to go. He's going to go into
Oh,
P7. So a purple sets to 1 and ends up 2.5 seconds behind pole. So
At the top of the hill,
maybe
though,
the track,
I think he did well just to put a lap in.
yeah, maybe the track's just dying from where it was at the start of the session.
He's all over the place.
Really sketchy. Wes invalidated. He's on an outlap.
He's on an outlap anyway. And obviously Janky's on an outlap.
Let's see if Janky's wet setup can pay off. But if you just look at the track, there's just no line at all.
No.
Really.
At least at the start of qualifying, you could kind of see one.
There was, yeah. I think I can't see anyone in the top 4, top 5 improving. To be honest, there's just the track just ain't the same as it was when they did their lap. But
as James is out, I believe.
Yep. He spun at the top of the hill. That's a 3rd or 4th person in this quali session that's spun binned it at the top of that hill. So we're starting his lap now. We'll see if he can improve. He needs 7/10.
Let's see what
any position here.
I'm going to ride on board here myself with Janky on his wet setup. Let's see what he can do. Obviously, it looks like the track's going to be a lot slower, to be fair.
Yeah, I can't see him improving. The track's just too wet. So for guys like Got to Go CEO in P9, he's not even got a lap in yet, so he needs to get out earlier and just get any kind of solid lap in. Would have been enough. Janky looking pretty planted through there. Not looking too bad.
Already 2.5 tenths down on his initial time.
It looks like smooth, and he's going as fast as he can, but the track's just not there. The grip ain't there, so yeah, I think that unless the conditions improve, that will be the end of qualifying. I think. And it doesn't look like the track is going to improve unless the rain dies down a little bit. Oh, really? Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh. Oh.
You had us excited there.
Yeah. Got us excited for nothing.
No. Yeah, this is why you're the racer and not the commentator. Just leave. Just leave.
Wow. That's,
Let's have a look at. Oh yeah, what fucking paycheck? You don't pay me shit.
A janky comes in. I think everybody's realised.
Yeah,
it's not even worth it.
The track's just cooked.
I don't think they even got to go see us. Should bother putting a lap in. I mean, I don't see much point.
He might be able to go better than a 127, even on these conditions. But
I mean, maybe he's on a 115 coming to the second last.
27 is even like that's a pretty slow lap even in these conditions. So we'll see if he can improve. But even one position to do for him at this point, it's going to be a.
I won a 26.3. That's not too bad, to be fair. Yeah.
So at least he's made a position, so that'll do. But people still coming out. Is that an Alfa Romeo? Is that Cupid? Yeah, there's people may as well just, well, 2 minutes left. That will be the end of qualifying because the conditions aren't going to improve that much in the next 20 seconds or whatever. They need to start a lap. So MNZ then, championship leader, taking pole position. Janky on the front row.
That wet setup helping him there.
That wet, if that wet setup can be good in the race, then
I mean,
MNZ might have been on a wet setup. To be fair, not sure.
Possibly.
Wes
might even be on one. We don't know. This is the thing, we don't know.
Rymer's actually fourth. Yeah, he's actually 4 seconds up. So if he can keep this lap going, he will actually be able to improve on Wes's time to go into third. So Rymer finding some grip out there at the minute. Yep, in the Alpha Tauri. See what Rymer's Delta's looking like coming into sector 3. He's going to be 5 tenths up. So if he can get a few tenths through this last sector, he might be able to put it into P2. So clearly the track ain't that bad because Rymer's finding some good time. But it's definitely going to be P3 for him at the minute.
Before we end the qualifying session, and obviously Marshmallow will be in the race, can you give us any tips on your setup? Any insight on
P3 for Rymer? 5
what
tenths.
What a lap!
Great lap.
The race is a different thing. It's a totally different animal. Fingers crossed for you. Well, you've always got to aim high, haven't you?
Let's hope everything stays intact during the race.
I thought you were in an Alfa Romeo, not a Ferrari.
Same engine, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Good point. See, Pinto's only a tenth down going into it's too much though, because I mean he's got to make what 5 tenths in sector 3.
Yeah.
But the track didn't worsen as it didn't get as worse as I thought it was going to get.
Well, yeah, Rymer clearly found a lot of grip. A lot of grip there. Jay Pinto's going to do a 1. Yeah.
Oh, he did find a little bit there.
He improved, but
not by enough.
So
No, not by enough.
We've got Janky still on a lap on full wets, 1.3 seconds down. That's obviously.
Okay, Janky.
Very good. All right, that will be the end of qualifying then. MNZ.
Yeah.
Pole position by 4 tenths. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, best of luck.
See ya. Cheers. All right, so MNZ pole, Janky putting that Red Bull onto the second row, full AlphaTauri second row here, so you haven't seen that very often in real life. MS
Ever.
Racing and Cupid on the third row, James and Got to Go, P7, P8, and then Pinto, P9, and then AC. Didn't even get a lap in, slotting in P10, so weather could play a massive part in this race. We'll see what happens.
If as we believe is the case, obviously nothing is 100%, that it could be a mixed condition race, then strategy will be huge. You pick one lap too early, you're going to lose too much time.
Exactly.
You pick one lap too late.
And we'll see what the starting conditions look like, but if it's going to be wet to start the race, well, I think it is going to be wet to start the race, then people have just got to be really careful in the start, because obviously you see so many times on wet races where people brake too late, and then you get one collision that just starts a massive tornado effect of half the lobby getting taken
of
out.
course, it's a lot more difficult on your formation lap to warm your tyres.
Yeah.
So you're on colder tyres than usual, worse conditions going into that first corner. It's
exactly.
yeah.
So people have just got to keep a nice gap, brake early, and just survive through. And obviously, I think if anyone's going to be making any overtaking moves, you've got to get them done in the first corner or first 2 or 3 corners while the grid's scattered and people are off track or whatever. Because as soon as that grid goes in single file, everyone gets planted in their position. In the wet, you can't even really think about trying to move. It's just no grip, and it's just so hard to get behind someone to dive bomb or overtake on a straight. No DRS, obviously. Jenky said it was worth a try on the wets.
He had nothing to lose. He had a free lap, to be fair.
Exactly.
Oh, that is torrential.
Pissing it down.
That is.
All right, so it's going to be full wets to start this race, and it absolutely torrential rain. So
Nice and warm up here in the commentary box.
So Marshmallow, if we could get you back on the formation lap, could you possibly give us a weather report? Yeah. What is that when the rain's going to stop? Dry up. Okay. Yep. Yeah, definitely not.
Bring back Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. A half an hour.
It's about, about 17,
the lap
18
time.
laps.
Yeah, about halfway through. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, look, I mean, it is ridiculously wet, so people have got to be so careful on this opening couple of laps, not to crash.
I'd like to see the one.
If it doesn't dry up, would you like to see people go into the end? Like some of the guys at the bottom just go into the end on one set of wets, just taking them 32 laps.
What, and then just defending?
Yeah, I know you like a no. Yeah, I know Belgium because of me holding the whole grid up for you. So yeah,
I mean,
because it's so easy to defend in the wet, you can get away with using like 80% warm.
Let's say you're Craig DeResta here. You've got nothing to lose. You might as well do that.
If the conditions change, then obviously you'll switch tyre. If the conditions stay like this, then why not just go to the end? Just stay out. Go to the end on those wets.
Of course, obviously the whole grid is on full wets.
Yeah.
Nobody risking an intermediate strategy. Look at that. Look at the standing water. Look at the puddles.
Yeah. These first few laps are going to be extremely treacherous conditions. So
I'd love to see the 1 time in a million Jeddah in the wet. I think that would be amazing.
It would be funny.
Literally nobody has a wet setup, anything.
How are the tyre temperatures looking, Marshmallow? Yeah, so... Yeah. Alright. No heroics into stand-up up, please. Yeah,
Thank you.
good
You
luck.
too, hopefully.
Alright, so I think the key here to start this race is just don't be a hero, just trying to survive. Give space, don't break late, and just make sure you get through with no damage.
I think the guy
If you,
that's the least heroic, if you want to put it like that, will be the guy that makes the most
yeah.
places.
The guy that tries to make moves and tries to go with something that's not there is going to be the guy who ends up taking half the lobby out and getting penalties for collisions and off track. So I think everyone's lined up now. We'll see what kind of race start we get. Alright, so it's 5 red lights. And we're underway for the Imola Grand Prix. As MNZ gets a really good start. Janky, not the best, but he's gonna be under pressure straight away from Wes coming down his inside. And that's Reimer, sorry, in the AlphaTauri. Straight past him. As they're going to break. As we've got Wes going round the outside of her. As Janky goes round the outside of Reimer, taps him slightly on the exit, gets back into P2.
Reimer
As we've got yellow flags in set
fifth.
to 1. It seems like everyone's still moving. As
it Felipe?
Great start for the
Felipe's had a bit of a...
yeah. Both the AlphaTauris both losing 2 positions there. Wes is going to try and go around the outside into this left-hander around the outside of his teammate here. Can he make it stick? I think he's just about got the grip there. Reimer's going to come back at him. Look at the speed from Reimer there. Coming back up the inside to hold the position. The AlphaTauri's fighting here as Janky already dropping a second behind MNZ.
I was going to say, all that battling has just favoured MNZ as he's pulled out. Although, he's lost some time there.
Login Lou. We've got Login Lou off at the back. Felipe off at the back.
Or Login Lou is without a front wing.
Yep, shock. Yeah,
Yankees pulled that time back there.
I've seen worse starts to a race, to be honest. I've seen worse turn ones.
I mean, everybody's got a lap in.
Yeah.
Or, so that's not too bad.
So, Reimer had a really, really good start. Had a really good start there. He got well ahead of Janky on the start, but then Janky just came back at him through turn 2 and 3, I think. And Reimer's got from P2 to P5 there. Not ideal. It's Janky now. I think Janky's wet setup's come into play. He's managed to close the gap a second since the start on MNZ. He's catching him rapidly.
I think SL Coconut is running as an AI.
Okay.
It looks to. I think you can see through his car.
Cooper's out of session.
Oh, he had a great start as well.
Virtual safety car.
Ooh, and there's a tap from Janky on MNZ there. Don't know if there was any damage. There was definitely a tap.
As Cupid's actually DNF on track, so I can't believe that's not a safety car. I've spectated Felipe going past him, and if you switch to, I think if you go to Login Lou,
we'll see. We'll be able to see. Oh,
in a second you'll be able to see, but that's only a VSC. Cupid's car disappeared, but he was DNF in the middle of the track, so really surprised that's not a full safety car.
Yes, a weird one that. That's right on board with Janky just behind.
Janky actually texted me before the formation lap saying, "Pissing it down, mate." I think that's pretty obvious.
That's pretty much a good.
Thanks for that, Phil.
Yeah. I can't think of a better word for it. Yeah, it actually is.
It's raining cats and dogs, as they say. So
MNZ is caught Janky.
I think Janky's going to put a lot of pressure on MNZ here because he was catching him really quickly beforehand. As it looks like MNZ has got more straight line speed, so I think Janky is running that wet setup. Because even in the slipstream, Janky got 2 tenths there, so we'll see what kind of grip Janky has through the corners on MNZ. And he's gained so much. Look at the time he's just gained there.
Look at both of them as well. They're already over a second, nearly a second and a half to third.
I think Janky has got the wet setup. Look how much he's gaining. So much time on MNZ here, but that's the thing about the wet. You can give as much time as you want, but overtaking is just so hard in the wet. So we'll see if he can actually overtake, especially with the lack of straight line speed as well.
No,
it could be a repeat of what happened in Great Britain between me and him.
Well, I was going to say Janky, one of the fastest guys on any grid that you want to put him in. Not the most patient guy when it comes to overtaking.
Definitely not. Like he's been in this situation before as well. I was in front of him in Great Britain, he was so much faster than me, but I just had more straight line speed, so he just couldn't overtake me. And in the end, put me into a wall. So it's going to be tough here for him to overtake.
That was wet conditions as well, wasn't it? That the famous
exactly.
lobby race.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wet in Great Britain. He was probably 2 or 3 seconds a lap faster than me, but because I had more straight line speed, because I was using a dry setup, he just couldn't overtake me down the straight. So we'll see if he can get a move done, but it seems really difficult. Sub-Zero
It's 3 seconds already.
In P17 as Craig goes ahead of Coconut. Coconut goes back ahead of Craig. They're battling. Craig's going to go down. Coconut to go, so Craig's going to go down the inside and make an easy move. Rhymer sets
Yeah,
back in the race.
if you go to Coconut, just look at him now. He is ghosted, so I believe he will be an AI. So we'll see him at the back of the grid soon enough. Has got to go.
Janky goes past MNZ, and
Oh!
Janky takes the lead of the race. Really easy move down the straight. I think MNZ got a really poor exit, a bit of a snap of oversteer on the exit of the corner, and Janky absolutely sails past for a really easy pass. So
I missed that. I was looking. Got to go see you there, very close.
It's just given Janky a really easy position there. That's just what he would have wanted. So all Janky's got to do now is just keep it facing the right way, and he'll be in a great position to win this race.
Not the easiest track, even in a dry though, with it being as wet as it is.
I think we've got to go is about the closest person on track to someone else.
Yeah, I was watching him while Janky was making the pass.
Yeah, Felipe and Sub-Zero as well, relatively close, but obviously not a lot of racing will be happening during the wet period.
We're kind of waiting on the track conditions to check. Oh, as Al, teammate, have got to go see you there. Just makes a little move. That's a bit of an Ocon and Gasly moment. Going through the chicane. Both keep it facing the right way.
So it looks like James and Rhymer behind the leaders there have really good pace. As MNZ actually gaining quite a bit on Janky there, but obviously no DRS to help him make that move, even with the extra straight line speed. But Janky's got to be careful here, because if Janky gets a bad exit, with the straight line speed MNZ's got, well, even though he's much slower over a lap, he's got such a straight line speed advantage that he could manage to take the position. I mean, look at that, 1.1 seconds already, but could take a position back. There's a yellow flag in set, so we got a Haas.
No, is that a Red Bull?
Aston Martin, I believe.
Oh, it's an Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, yeah.
Oh yeah. Look. Who's that then?
It might be logging Lou letting people past.
Okay.
Laps, so laps on lap 5, not ideal for him.
Not ideal, but I guess he's really struggling with these conditions. As I say, I think he can take positive thoughts from his qualifying.
Yeah.
How close he was to the rest of the pack. This race is not ideal.
Yeah. Evans goes purple sector 2 there.
I think Rhymer will be getting close to James here.
Yep, for sure.
He does look fast on track.
Yeah, James has dropped about 1.5 seconds just on this lap to the top 2, so I'm not sure if he's made a bad mistake or something there, as MSE goes faster. So MSE still showing decent paces. Logging Lou's off track on the gravel, going through the gravel now. Yeah, it's not been a good race for him at all there for Logging Lou. As James goes wide and Rymer's now all over the back of him. Just can't go around the outside.
He's just had a bit of a Sub-Zero has been done for speeding in the pit lane there.
As the rain is slowing down. Like if you do look, the rain is like quite down. So do you reckon intermediates soon?
At some point, I'm interested to see what Sub-Zero is going to go on here. Let's have a look.
I think he's risking us from that position, surely.
He's coming out now. I can't quite see what tyres he's on. He won't let me ride on board because he's in the pit lane.
Intermediates.
Okay, there we go.
So I'll keep a close eye on his lap time. But as you can see, the rain is massively. It is really slowing down now. So the dry period, the race might be coming sooner than we thought. Here, obviously, Marshmallow was saying torrential rain for quite a large portion of this race, but clearly Mark chatting out of his backside again as usual.
Yeah.
James has now got 6 seconds to. James was sticking 1 or 2 seconds away to start the race, but He's dropped really far behind now.
It looks like he's not only got a lack of pace, but he's driving quite conservatively now, just to keep Reimer behind him.
As it'll be interesting to see. I'm just going to stay on board with Sub-Zero for a lap or two, just to
see what
lap times.
Let's see if he can keep the car under control. It looks a bit too early, but I'm not sure it'll be too long before enters the crossover.
He was at about a 45-degree angle there on the exit of that corner. Bloody hell.
As
sliding all over the place.
Prieto goes past Pinto there.
I do think it's 2 or 3 laps early for Sub-Zero.
Oh, a move on the inside here from Reimer on James. He's got the inside line.
Can James come back at him around the outside? No, he can't. Reimer, that's a really.
Reimer's made that stake. That's a really good move, and he needs that. And now he needs to. To get going now.
Wes is catching now as well from behind.
Yeah, he's got that down to 1.3.
Yep. So I think James is under a massive amount of pressure. He clearly just doesn't have any pace. Right, Wes is catching him. Ryan made that move, so I'll go back to Sub-Zero. There's gonna be Sub-Zero's. Yeah, Sub-Zero. You can see him. You can't see him, but he's just got no grip, sliding all over the place.
Yeah, it's a bit too early.
I'll let you know what his lap time's going to be at the end. I think what are the leaders doing? About 1:30.0 at the minute. The leaders.
Ish. Yeah.
Lapping. Yeah. 29.7. So yeah.
I mean that shows
8/10 down on his personal best, sector 1. So.
No, but I think those fast laps are showing the track is improving.
Yeah, you can tell the track's getting better. The rain's stopping. There's not really a dry line yet. Slight bit of dry line, but Sub-Zero is all over the place here. So hopefully the teams are in the radios letting them know about these lap times.
I mean, from Sub-Zero's point of view, it was worth the risk, wasn't it? Yeah,
100%. So Wes is now 0.5 from James.
He's going to make a move here on the inside.
Just about avoiding contact there. Can Wes get a better exit? He's going to use the battery, but not much grip on that inside there for Wes. But he's going to keep coming back at him, you think.
That's an important 3-second penalty there for AC.
That's going to drop him out the points as it stands.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader here.
0.8 at the minute.
Yeah.
So Wes. I saw the gap went from 0.7 to 0.3 with Wes and James. Did James make a bit of a mistake or something?
He just had a little wobble there, but it was enough, for Wes to come back. Although he's dropped back to a little bit. Yeah. And there's got to go see.
C gets a 3 seconds from 11.
Oh, and this. James is off into the wall.
DNF, and you think that'd be a full safety car?
Surely that is a full safety car.
So if it was me, I'd be straight into the pits for intermediates now. I know it's not quite intermediates weather yet, but the safety car will take 4 or 5 minutes to go round. So I think by that time it will be inters. So yeah, Danny, AC, and Got to Go See are all going straight into the pits here. I think inters is the way to go from this position now. I think the track, by the time the safety car goes in, the track will be inters.
Yeah.
So we got
Sub-Zero getting a 3 second there.
Craig stays out. We got Al and Adim into the pit. So 5 people were going to risk it. 4 of them actually onto fresh wets. So I don't know if they. I'm not sure what the thinking behind that is.
I can clearly see. I'm looking at Janky here. I can clearly see somewhat of a race. Not a full racing line, but you can see that it's drier where they're going over.
It's getting better, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the lap times are showing that the track is quickening up.
Exactly, and obviously not quite into yet, but 3 or 4 laps around the safety car will be 5 minutes, and the track can change a lot in 5 minutes. You only need a hint of a dry line, and then the inters will be better. So it'll be interesting because obviously the leaders they'd already gone past the pits when the safety car came out. So let's just keep an eye on what they decide to do and see if they
what Janky's doing here. Yeah.
See if Janky decides to go into the pits or not.
Well, he's slowed right down. It looks like he is. Yeah.
Oh
no!
He's actually going to fake it. Trying to force MNZ into it. Reimer's going to go into the pits. West Snipes, so Alpha Tauri double stacking, it won't lose them any positions or times. That's good for them. As Reimer goes into the MS Racing, goes into the pits.
That's a bit of a
into the pits.
that's a bit of a
Marshmallow
cheeky
stays
move
out.
from Janky there.
He always does that. He's always doing that.
Is that technically legal because of the lines?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, is that okay?
Marshmallow, do you think we could get a quick word from you while we're under safety car on conditions? Yeah. What's Mark saying at the minute? But yeah, because we've got about 5 or 6 in for incident at the minute. So. Okay. Yep. 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 Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
There has been a couple that have.
There's four
pitted.
people have boxed for fresh wets.
Yeah. So
But
it's
Danny
not...
and P7's on fresh wets. If the wets are still the best tyre, that's a really good pit stop from him because he'll be able to make quite a few positions.
I think it'll depend as well, not just on the fresh wets, but how long will those fresh wets be viable? Will the track dry up quickly?
The guys who are pitted for fresh wets, they need it to rain for as long as possible, really. But those inter runners need the rain to stop as soon as possible. So, but the track, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Up into P3 though. Excellent.
Did you get any incidents on that one, or were you all good?
13. I think 13.
Yeah. MS Racing's got a 5 seconds, 5-second penalty for speeding. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you just mentioned there, MS Racing getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I think he pitted for damage.
Okay.
He's just pitted on Fred. He already had into, so he must have hit someone with a safety car. So I think we're going to get another lap because off the grid, nowhere near the safety car at the minute.
Who else have we got in the pits here? I think someone's just on their way out.
Al.
Okay. Gonna get took by Sub-Zero as it stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
So obviously there's going to be a massive difference between the wets and the incident on the restart. So there could be a few incidents from either quick wet runners trying to battle the slow inter runners, or the other way around. So people got to be careful here.
One thing I'm going to find interesting here, based on what we've seen from his straight line speed, is the restart. If MNZ can get a good restart here, down into turn 1.
He's got 3 or 4 tenths on the start finish rate to Janky, so he could possibly get him if he gets a good run. Yeah,
you don't want to give him a toe.
Yeah, so it's a long old straight. But yeah, the track doesn't really seem into ready yet. There's not much of a line, so I think those inter runners are going to struggle.
It's getting there. It's just not quite. I don't think. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah, the line just ain't going that quick. So.
But if those inter runners stay within a pit stop, and then don't have to pit.
Yeah.
They've made the right call.
Position's massive in the wet, so even on really old tyres, they'll be able to defend for a while against the fresher tyres.
Oh yeah, of course. Just one sec. As the rain's coming down, it's getting a bit cold here in the commentary gantry, so I'm going to put a jumper on.
Yeah, in a bit.
And as always, this video is not been brought to you by ExpressVPN.
If you're a Sky Glass customer, you can click the red button now to get on board with your favourite drivers. The safety car is going to come in this lap, so we'll see when Janky decides to put his foot to the floor and get away. Obviously, a long straight, he does not want to be towing MNZ down that straight.
No.
Especially with the obvious straight line speed difference between the two cars. So Janky's got to go as late as possible, but that start-finish line comes up really quick, so I think even if he goes at the start-finish line, he's still going to be towing him down.
Yeah, there's a long way between the start-finish and
the start-finish
into
line
that
really,
first.
it's not really even on the straight, it's kind of just on the turn.
As Al gets the 3 second there for multiple warnings.
As Janky pulls away now, so he pulls away early, and it's only going to be a 4/10 gap, and MNZ's going to be gaining down the entire straight. They're both going to be obviously absolutely creaming the battery here. As MNZ's gaining, Reimer's gaining on Marshmallow as well.
Reimer's made a move.
As MNZ decides better, as Reimer ahead of Marshmallow into turn 1. Wesley Snipes behind them as Wes has absolutely no grip.
And there's a move there as Marshmallow's going through.
Yeah, those inters have no grip. Absolutely no grip on those inters. Wes just got cooked. Marshmallow's just cooked Reimer. So I think, as Wes is off track on the gravel, as got to go see on the inters goes past him, as they've got Tassan Prieto behind them on the wet trying to make a move. Can't quite get it done there.
Looks like Danny's going to be passing Reimer at any second now as well.
Yeah, the wets are they're still the better tyre, those wets. So I think the Inter's run has made it, unless it dries up really, really quick, the Inter run has made a mistake pitting. Danny goes massively off track there.
I can understand from some of the runners that say 14th down pitting in for Inters, they've got nothing to lose. But some of these guys at the top that were pitting for Inters, it's a risky move.
It's risky, but to be honest, it would have been the move I think I would have made. I just think I thought the track was going to dry a bit quicker than it did, but evidently not. MS Racing gets the 3-second penalty. He's got about 8 seconds, I think, of penalties now.
No, he got some took off when he pitted in, I think.
Oh,
he's back down on 3 again. As Janky puts in another fast lap, so you can see that the track is improving. It
is improving.
Not
the wets
as quick.
The wets are still the better tyre. But as obviously the cars are going a lot faster now, the dry line should start to appear a bit quicker. As the rain, it's just not really like it's stayed at this level for the last 10 minutes.
I've just received word as you was advertising the red button there. 6 million viewers just switched to their favourite driver, Craig DeResta. Obviously.
He's running P14 at the minute on those Inters.
Janky's pulled out a pretty big gap here. Got to go see you running really wide there. Where's his...
on those Inters, the Inter runner's struggling. Although Reimer's doing quite well. He's dropped a little bit to Marshmallow, but...
He's held his position now. Yeah.
So if that track dries up, then that pit for Inter still might be the strategy call that was correct.
It might have been the right call, yeah.
As soon as it dries and they pit, they'll be 15-20 seconds ahead of the wet runners who have to pit for Inters, and especially if it dries up to dries later on in the race, they'll still have that gap. So
well, this is what I was saying about if they can stay, within a pit stop.
Yeah. What a lap from Janky. It's getting so much faster.
Yeah. Riding on board with Wes at the minute.
I think we've got to judge the strategy of those guys, the Interrunners, in the long run rather than over the next few laps. We've got to, because that strategy, it was a long run strategy.
Reimer's
down
just
the inside of
Marshmallow
with a great move. So those Inters clearly have a little bit of something.
Oh, and Wes making a move here on the outside on the Alpine. I've got to go see who's just squeezed him a little bit. A legal squeeze, by the way, gave him enough room.
Hard but fair racing there. From
yeah. AC has just gone through on Jay Pinto. He needs to make as much time and position up as he possibly can with the 3 seconds.
Wes really a 10.5 down on his personal best sector 1 there, so obviously that would have been on the wet. So the delta is closing. Those inters are improving. So I mean, Reimer's already pulled a second to Marshmallow on those inters, so.
Could have seen a mistake here by the wet runners. A rare mistake from MNZ as well.
We'll have to see. I don't think I don't think I can say it's a mistake or a good strategy from the.
Not yet.
It's
Not yet.
just. I think they're going as got to go see around the outside of Danny. So those wets clearly struggled a little bit. As Ryman's already pulled a
Logging Lou has gone into the wall. He's in the wall.
That's
it's
full
a
safety car
DNF.
now. You think you've got to pit for intermediate
Yeah,
tyres.
in they come now.
You have to pit for inters. Yeah. So the guys who did pit for inters earlier on they've got luck. I don't know. We'll never know if the strategy would have paid off, but they've got lucky.
Well,
they're going to be.
Reimer's now in P1, and got to go see in P2. Wes into P3. Janky, is he going to come out of the pits in P4? No, he's not. Now this is made for a very interesting race. Now, especially.
Definitely.
I mean, this track does look to be drying pretty quick.
As I'm looking at that thing, Marshmallow's gone from P4 to P12 now. So
unfortunately,
not a great time for him. Not a great time for any Janky and MNZ P8 and P9.
Yeah.
Danny P13 at the minute.
Craig DeResta up to P7.
So yeah, those Inter runners, the Inter guys who pitted earlier on under the first safety car have benefited massively from this. The tyre is only 5 or 6 laps on those tyres, so not even.
Yeah.
And it's hard to overtake, so that's going to be putting these guys into a great position to take this race. But
I mean, if the weather stays as it is for the Inters, no problem getting to the end, even on 5-lap old Inters from here.
Definitely.
No worries about that. So, absolutely.
It's so hard to overtake for like Janky and MNZ that they're going to either not have enough time to get up or just struggle too much to overtake.
Yeah.
Back up the grid. It'd be interesting to see if it is going to get dry or not. Maybe towards the end of the race. It could be interesting. If it gets dry with like 4 or 5 laps left, it's like, do you pit for softs and make 20 seconds back, or do you stay on the Inter just keep the track position? So it's really interesting at the end of the race what these guys at the top do in terms of strategies. Coconut in P10 is still on the wets at the minute.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah.
As I'm looking, I'm looking on board here with Reimer, and you can tell that there's more of a line where they're racing, but it's not.
I still don't think it's quite into yet. This track's just stayed the same for like 10 or so laps here. The track's just not evolving as we thought it would.
Because of penalties, Wes is currently net P2.
Yeah, 3 seconds forgot to go. Word from James saying, why couldn't it have just been dry? Obviously after recording.
Yeah. That's unfortunate there.
But whether it's inters or wets, it doesn't matter anyway at this point because they're all on the same tyres anyway. So even they're all going to struggle if it's not quite inters yet.
Yeah.
So, but the track there's just no dry line. The rain's not really even coming down that heavy anymore.
No, it's
so
just
I thought
spitting.
it would have dried up a little bit, especially with 17 cars plus a safety car going around on the line, the racing line. I thought it would have dried, but yeah. As Marshmallow, can we get you back in? Have we got any updates on when the rain's going to stop? Or at least line up? Have you got any information on when the rain might stop? Yeah. This happens, like, Danny drops a position there. Alright. Yep.
Craig and Janky having there's some battling going on here. What is going on here?
2 positions, I believe.
And
everyone's getting really close. If you're looking like from Pinto's view or Craig's view,
yeah,
side by side through these last few corners.
This is there could be a bit of carnage here coming into turn one as it stands. I mean, AC was right alongside Wes there. So when's Reimer going to make the move though? I think he's made it early.
He has gone early. ERS on. Everyone's going to have the ERS on, so no one may as well have it on. But Coconut's pitted. Very interesting for him to pit now and lose 25 seconds on the whole grid. Janky, MNZ and Janky. Janky's been spun! Janky's spun around. He's done a 360. Him and MNZ went side by side
off the track there.
Yeah, him and MNZ went side by side. That's MNZ coming back on the track, and what were P1 and P2 are now P13 and P16. They were side by side going into turn 3, and Janky went over the sausage curbs, couldn't keep control of the car, and that's their race pretty much over, you'd have to say at this point. As MNZ's making a really nice double overtake almost there.
Yeah, it's fair play to
on a couple of cars, really nice. I think he's going to try and go down the inside
Janky up to 12.
Really aggressive. Yep. But that's not the restart the former race leaders would have wanted. Marshmallow into P9. As Janky side by side, 3 second penalty.
3 second there, yeah.
As him and the Red Bull's slightly off track there.
He's just dropped to 14th. Looking up the inside. Oh, there's been a touch. Oh.
Was that MNZ and Janky again, or was that MNZ?
Yeah, I think it was MNZ.
MNZ and the Alpine still side by side. So.
Oh my word.
Was Janky
cut in the corner there.
Brakes, can he keep it on the track? No, he can't.
Oh, he's in the gravel and the Ferrari. Felipe goes through. Oh my word.
Janky's gone from a great qualifying and a great opening stint at this race. He's now 16th on track. That is not what he wanted. 16th! Easy top 3. Easy top 3. Yeah, it's gone from bad to worse for him there. Oh, that is
MNZ is looking to pass both Danny and Adjim here. He's just backed off a little bit. The conditions on the track have made for...
It's still not entered, is it?
No, it doesn't seem like it, no. MNZ going down the inside here.
At this point, all the drivers are going to be hoping that the rain can just stop so they can get onto those dry tyres.
Ooh, give him a little bit of space. Just enough. So MNZ's made that stick there. Danny has had to back off. He's going to go hunting for Adjim.
Got to go another 3 seconds, so 6 seconds of penalties. I think AC's got 3 or 5 in P4 as well.
Yeah, he's got 3 as well. Yeah, and Sub-Zero's got 6.
6, yeah. Not ideal.
As we look at Tatum, having a look at Marshmallow here. Just having a little look. As you can see, it's
Craig Dress has pulled a really nice gap already to
Sub-Zero. Plus he has the 6.
And Ryman's gone fastest lap of the race, so the Inters must be they're looking okay. I think they would have been even with the wets, about even with the wets at this point.
Oh, this is a great bit of straight line speed. As we've heard from Marshmallow, he doesn't have the straight line speed. MNZ up again into 11th.
If it goes to drives quite early, then MNZ could still make loads of because Janky gets a 3 second penalty.
Oh, they're 4 wide! Oh my word, what is going on here? They're going 4 wide there.
Where was that? Was that Janky?
At the back with Janky, Danny, Janky, Al and Felipe there, 4 wide. That won't end well if they keep doing that. That is going to end in tears.
Especially with Janky's known lack of racecraft.
I have nothing to say on that. As Adjim gets a 3 second for multiple warnings, there's a lot of penalties being handed out.
Lots of people getting 3 seconds here. Half the grid at the minute with at least 3 seconds of penalties. Ryman's pulling out a nice gap at the front. 2.3 seconds to go. About 4 seconds to his teammate.
And another fast lap.
Ryman's flying. The rain stopped. I've actually just noticed the rain has stopped.
Yep. No.
The rain has stopped, so you think we're going to get mediums. Around lap 24, I think we're going to get medium tyres. As a 25, this track is massive. This is going to dry up super, super quick now. So lap 23, 24, we're going to get the medium tyres getting bolted on. Yeah.
Wes has just lost the place.
You don't even notice that the rain stopped, do you, when you're watching?
Oh! Little tap from Wes on AC. Oh, he's done well to save that.
I thought, wasn't that a Pinto on AC there?
No, that was Wes.
Was it Wes?
I believe that was Wes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not being biased here in commentary. I'm totally impartial, unless we're talking about Craig DeResta. I'm not sure that Wes quite left him enough space, but I'd have to see it again. I will be honest. I'll have to see that again.
It's crazy how it looks like there's no dry line, then all of a sudden the track looks stone dry, doesn't it? The track looks so
It
so
just
dry.
come in like just there.
Pit stops will be lap 21, lap 22. We'll see who decides to pit, but it's the weather in this game. The track, how the track looks in the wet is a bit dodgy. You can go from looking no dry line to a completely dry track within seconds. So we will see if any drivers do decide to pit here.
I mean,
Reimer stays out.
The lap times indicate to me one or two more.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more laps. Yeah. Got to go. Yeah, no one's pitting. So yeah, I'd said 24 tonight, probably 23. Maybe end of lap 22 we'll see pits. Now that we've got Reimer on a full no rain lap here, we'll see what his kind of lap time is here.
MS looking on the inside of Pinto. He's took it over the sausage. Pinto's kept him just behind.
Reimer's sector 1 is going to be 4 tenths faster in sector 1 than his personal best.
And there's been a smash. MS Racing, I saw a bit of wing there, and he's got
he's tagged the McLaren, which has actually saved him on the track. He was going to the wall there.
That was Craig DeResta, I think, that he's just hit there.
Yeah,
who's up into fifth place. Fifth place for Craig DeResta. He's
going to be losing a position here into 6th, Jay Pinto. He's going to brake late round the outside. Not going to be in the grip.
Knowing Craig, I think he'll play it safe.
Yeah, he will for sure. And the moves are starting now. Second up for Reimer, by the way, so this track's drier than Gandhi's flip-flop this track, so they've got to be coming in at any time, surely. They've got to be coming in any time.
It could be this lap. It'd be interesting.
It looks dry.
Now,
they're improving on the lap time. The track looks dry. Is Reimer going to come into the pits? No, Reimer's going to stay out again. Obviously, they have a better feel for the track than we do.
Wes has pitted. Wes has come into the pits.
Doesn't get 5 seconds. That's good for Wes. So if Wes gets this right, he could be in for a race win here, because he's pitted before. We've got AC, MNZ, Adiem, Sub-Zero, everyone pitting now. Craig
DeResta stayed out.
Someone to smash her a polystyrene board there. Yeah, medium compound for a lot of people here. So I'm going to keep an eye on Wes here. I'm going to ride on board with Wes.
I've just flicked to Craig, and the track now looks fully dry.
It looks stone dry, doesn't it? It looks stone dry. Yeah. Drier than a nun's vagina.
Hey!
We'll see what Wes can do on his outlap. If he's got this right, Wes, he could be making... I don't think he'll go to the lead just because the gap was about 4 seconds, but he could make a couple of seconds up here on Reimer. Obviously, Sector 1's going to be 22 seconds down, but now I'm going to see what his second sector is going to look like. He's got Adiem in front of him, so 16.5 seconds to gap to Adiem. I'll see if he gains on him or not. DRS enabled, and that's a massive sign that the dries are the correct tyre.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone pitting in didn't tell you that it was dry conditions.
As Wes is gaining, Wes is gaining on the
down to 16.2.
So, Reimer's pitted, so we'll see. Wes has gone purple sector 2, so we'll see if Wes's decision to pit a lap earlier than his teammate pays off.
He was around 5 seconds down.
Soft for Reimer. Ooh, so he's going to be quick, but depends how quickly the softs die off. As Wes is coming around the last one, we'll see if Wes. Reimer's coming out of the pits. Wes is going to have that speed though.
And he'll have the fresher tyres.
Yeah, purple sector 3. We'll see where Wes comes out. Reimer's going to be in the lead of this race, but Wes's jump got to go see it into P2 as Reimer stays in the lead by. Wes has gained a second, in fairness. So it was a good decision. He managed to jump, got to go seconds. And get a second. And it was a good decision because if he didn't pit, he would have had to double stack there. So it was a really, really good decision from Wes to pit. I respect that. As currently an Alpha Tauri 1-2 in this race.
That gap's still coming down because of the tyre temp.
MNZ on the mediums, only 5 seconds behind third at the minute. So MNZ is going to be absolutely flying here to try and get a podium. We've got to go on the what penalties he's got to go. Well, he's just got
Well, he's
another
on
3
9
seconds,
now.
so...
He's on 9
So
seconds.
at the minute, M&Z still in a podium position at this point, at least for M&Z, but he'd be disappointed. Even with a third place, like, he'll be disappointed he hasn't won the race. So
No,
strategy-wise, if those softs fall off, then West could win this race. We'll have to see what happens, but all of a sudden we've got a race on our hands in the dry here.
We've had it was an interesting enough spectacle in the wet, but now this is just absolutely just throwing the cat among the pigeons.
Craig is almost in the DRS of as Craig's going across the grass doing a bit of lawn mowing. He's going to almost be in the
West was a 194.
6
that means
seconds, I think, on the fast lap there. MSE goes fastest, but look at that, 1.5 seconds the gap to Wes. So I think if Wes was using a dry setup and Ryan was using a wet setup, then Wes will have the pace here. As Wes is going to lose a position to Sub-Zero down to P9 now. And he might lose another position to Adium. His Adium's going to go down the inside.
Mr. DeResta
here. Down the inside. He might get 2 positions for one here.
Oh, the old switcheroo.
He's
not sure about
that. Was that, who was that? Was that Adium, was it?
I think it was Adium. Didn't leave a lot of space there.
Though, and he's cut across him really quick as Craig and MS are going to go side by side. So Craig running in P6, all of a sudden, out of the points, down to P12.
Although not out of the points.
Well,
because
penalties, of
the 5 guys in front of him have all got penalties. 2 have got 3 and 3 have got 6. So get off that grass, Craig. A Sub-Zero.
He did that the last lap, I think. He's crazy to get the run on MS here, but not got the straight line speed.
Wes has pulled it to 1.3.
Yep, and in fairness, those mediums will be better than the softs in the next 2 or 3 laps. So Wes is gaining time even when the softs are the better tyre. So I've got to say, Wes is
almost in DRS. He's almost in DRS now. Yeah.
I mean, with 60% more battery, but those softs will fall out. Wes is my favourite to win this race at this point. He's got
fastest man on track, Mr. Prieto here.
Yeah, P6.
Yeah, he's really moving. So for all that time,
looking really quick.
All that time in Q3, and all this time through this race, having a wet setup on might not have been the right idea, because these...
Definitely not. Craig
with the 3 seconds there.
We've got Danny MS in the wall, actually. He's managed to get the car going again. Probably got a bit of damage from that. But yeah, MS...
Yeah, he's moved down to 16th there.
As Wes 8 tenths.
Oh, he's 7 tenths now.
I think Reimers has to be on a wet setup, because he was so quick so far, and now he's lost all his pace. So he's got to be on a wet setup as well.
And he's on the soft, so it has...
They will fall off any time now, so Wes should win this race, to be honest.
Let's go on board with Wes and see if he can if he can catch him. He is within DRS.
He's got to just sit in the DRS for a couple of laps, get a bit of battery back, and then get an attack on laps. Well, whenever he can take his time. He's got the pace, he's got the tyre. He can take his time with this. Where's Marshmallow? P12 at the minute. Marshmallow and Craig. Marshmallow has a DRS on Craig. Oh yeah, we're
in a little battle there. Yeah. Janky with the 3 seconds. Yeah, he now has 9 seconds.
MNZ's only 1.3 away from got to go now. I don't think he's going to quite be able to catch Reimer and Wes, so a P3 will do for MNZ. It's not damage limitations, I think, for him after spinning. And
as the championship leader, they're third place.
Seconds. So at the minute, we've only got 5 people on track who don't have a 3-second penalty, at least.
See Marshmallow looking on the outside here.
Felipe gets to 3 seconds. 3 seconds all over the place here.
People really pushing. Oh, what a touch and a touch!
Marshmallow gets round. Yeah, that's crazy to go back down the inside, across the sausages. Leaves enough place on the outside, sticks to the inside, across the grass slightly.
Oh, and Marshmallow lost one there to Felipe.
Craig goes through. Good defence from Craig.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Al came from nowhere there. I think Al tried the late break, and it's not paid off for him. There's no need for that. That reminds me of Sunday's race in Bahrain there. Yeah. And he's DNF'd.
Al retired on track. Is that going to be a safety car?
It's going to be a full safety car.
So we're going to get, what, 2 laps of racing, one lap of racing here?
No. What are you doing? Are you coming in?
I'm staying out if I'm...
You're staying out?
Leaders, yeah.
No.
I'm staying out.
We've seen about Wes, is Ryman now the favourite?
No,
Just because of the setup? Is that why
I
he's
don't
not the
think
favourite?
so. Just the tyre. Wes's tyres will be in a better window than Reimer's, and
Okay.
Wes has shown he's got the pace. Even when Reimer's had the fresh softs, he wasn't quicker
A
than
good
Wes.
start
So
from MNZ, though, if
yeah,
he can get a good
MNZ's
start.
gonna be he's back in the hunt for the win. MNZ here,
I think
so
Marshmallow is he pitted in there?
pitted for softs. Yeah, him and Craig
Yeah.
pitted for softs. Nothing
I
to
think
lose, may as well.
I think they both took
And
damage there.
those penalties from those guys in front are going to be absolutely killing them here. So
Yeah, I mean, we can see the order on track, but at the end of the race, and there's a drive-through there for Sub-Zero, which basically means he will be last.
so he's
I
out.
believe.
That's his race over.
Yeah,
He'll have to wait till the restart. The
yeah,
end
that's
of the
what I mean. He's going to
restart
be
lap to
last.
take
He's
that.
going to be last.
Yeah, he's done. That's him. That's his race over. May as well just retire. But yeah, this is going to be interesting for the win.
It's going to be a little. Well, we couldn't have asked for a more interesting race. To be fair, it's had a bit of everything. Now, I wonder how hard Rimmer will defend from his teammate here. If Wes is clearly faster, will team orders?
I'm not sure.
Janky now 14 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, that's just. I hate to say it, but typical Gianchi, to be honest. He's got so much pace, but his races always seem to go Pete's hole at some point by incidents, crashes, penalties.
Oh no, a
MS
drive through
penalty.
for MS. That's his race basically over as well. Well, he's already in 16th. Yeah. No, my thing about Janky, from my point of view, is I think once he has that first incident,
Yeah.
I think up until that point, fantastic. I think once he has that first incident, he doesn't.
It seems to get worse and worse.
Yeah. Where he needs to just refocus and just. All right, he might lose 2 or 3 positions, but refocus up and get some momentum going. He doesn't seem to do that.
He's young, to be fair, so it's understandable that easily loses head or loses.
Yeah,
focus.
he's a bit of a hot head, but yeah. Do you know who he reminds me of? Funnily enough, as we're racing on board with the Alpha Tauris, I could imagine him. Yeah, yeah, maybe. He's kind of. One second. Yeah, sorry. He kind of reminds me. He's like a Sonoda, like with his anger. He's got that.
Yeah, definitely. But he'll learn that in time as he gets more experience in league racing. That, like me and prime example of that, me and Wes on Sunday, both of us involved in incidents, losing time. Both of us kept cool, kept driving, and just made the positions back. You just gotta.
Yeah, whereas a couple of seasons ago, maybe both of you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Exactly. I mean, look at MNZ. So he was in the exact same position as Yankee, and he's managed to make it back onto the podium as it stands. So
yeah, it's an experience thing.
Yeah, you just got to keep focused because anything can happen in league racing, and if you just keep putting in your laps, then you'll get the time back eventually. You'll gain positions. Janky says people need to learn to give space. I swear to God, and there'll be many tickets. For once, I know it's not my fault. Well, we'll see what we'll see what tickets say after the race.
We'll see about that. Yeah. I'm not sure.
We have 2 laps of racing here, I believe.
So the Craig Marshmallow incident that we saw, I'm pretty sure that was a racing incident. I don't think Craig squeezed him. I think Craig was just following his line out of the corner.
Sub-Zero's off.
Oh, he's gone. He's out of the race.
Yep. I think he just he spun and then he paused and retired. Surely we're gonna have the safety car in now, right? So we'll have 2 laps of racing, provided it comes in now.
I would assume so. Well, yeah. I mean, the pack's getting.
Yep, yeah, there you go. Safety car in this lap. So 2 laps of racing then. A 2-lap race for the win. As Wes is going to have his eyes set on the win here. As M&Z also, I think, will be looking for the win. No DRS, so we'll have literally 0 DRS for this entire race, I believe. Maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah,
might
no,
have,
that's correct.
Did
30,
we have 1 or 2
oh,
laps? We might have
30.
had 1 or 2 laps before.
No, because it'd be 31 and then 32.
Well, no, I know there's gonna be none for the rest of the race, but was there any? There was a bit earlier one.
Yeah. We had some earlier. Yeah.
All right, so Reimer's gonna put his foot to the floor, get a 7th, 10th start on Wes. As Wes is gonna be under pressure straight away. He got to go as MNZ's 8 tenths back from them. As Wes is gaining quite a bit of time here with that setup.
He's got 2 laps to do it in. Of course, I think the.
As Wes spins!
Oh,
he's in the gravel!
No,
Wes in the gravel gets on the power slightly too
much.
And Wes, he's threw away a possible race win, at minimum a podium. Oh no, I can't believe it.
He has snatched defeat from the jaws of victory there.
I just can't. He's had such a good race in the wet with his no assist. In the wet, he's done it. And in the dry, he spins out. I can't believe it. I'm gutted for him. Absolutely gutted for him. Thank God he's not seen it in this, otherwise he'd be getting a right bollock in.
But, I feel so bad for him.
He's had a great race. He's kept it there. He's hardly had a moment. And then in the try, he's lost the rear. And it's all gone shit. But we'll see if MNZ now can win this race.
He's making a move. He's having a look.
It'd be a sensational comeback if he can win this race from this position.
You've got to get past. Got to go see you.
Yeah.
On this straight for sure.
Yeah, otherwise just not going to have enough time. So, Reimer's going to lead the pack over the line for the last lap of the race. Got to go see a net P3 at the minute. MNZ, can he get into P2 on track? Fastest lap of the race for him. He's going to try around the outside. He's going to go down the inside into turn 1, and that's going to be a pretty easy. I don't think MNZ's going to fight. Gotzko's not going to fight it just because of the penalties. So let's see if MNZ from 8 tenths back, can he take the lead of this race? On the final lap, we might be in for an absolutely unbelievable end to this race here. If MNZ can put a bit of pressure on Reimer, we know he'll have the pace on him.
Well, MNZ got currently 17% battery. Reimer is a
little snap there, but Reimer's battery's gone. But I don't think there's not really any overtaking opportunities until the end of this race. So unless he can get really close to get him over the start finish, MNZ's got to push like absolute crazy here for this.
I'm not sure MNZ's the kind of guy that will be happy with second either.
Look how close he is. 2 tenths. He's gonna be 2 tenths going for this. He might take this going
get the exit?
Over the line.
Oh, it's going to be really close.
Neither of them have any battery. They're both absolutely killing the battery here. As
he's going for the exit speed.
Can Reimer can he get a better exit? He's running wide slightly bit of ground, and that's going to be Reimer surely.
I think he's just got enough.
He's going to win the Imola.
Look at that, with a little bit of a swerve.
Wins the Imola Grand Prix. MNZ recovers for second. Tatan on debut gets P3.
Gets P3.
Gotzko P4.
but no.
Marshmallow P5. He's shot right back.
It'd be Danny P4. Marshmallow P5.
What an end to that race. I thought MNZ might have had him there, but
I think he just went too wide onto the curb.
He touched the gravel slightly. That cost him.
And his driver of the day there, Danny. Up into
MNZ,
4th place.
What a comeback from him. Spinning out, Danny P4, he's finished P2, 4 tenths off the lead. Incredible race.
I like
Janky.
Janky.
Absolutely mortified.
I like Janky, but if he wants to learn how to overcome adversity, he needs to watch MNZ's race there.
Yep.
That's exactly how. If you get a setback, is refocus and do it again.
But look at Danny P15 to P4, Marshmallow P13 to P5, Adjian P17 to P6. Craig managed to pick up 4 points there in P8. Wes actually finishes P10, so he's at least going to get a point.
He's going to get a point. But, he'd be disappointed though that it's not 25.
Yeah, for sure. A minimum 18 there.
Yeah.
For him, but there's Logan Lou career best 18th there for him. I think.
Oh, well played.
Not too bad. Yeah, what a really interesting race. A lot of ups and downs for a lot of the drivers there. Really a lot of stuff happening.
Look at all them penalties though. Just about everybody on the grid. Those that didn't get penalties benefited massively there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what can I say? That race had literally everything. You can't ask for a better race. You couldn't have planned that better. That was amazing. Can we have a little final word from Josh, if he's still in here?
Happy with that P5?
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Yep.
We we saw a little incident there, Josh, between you and Craig coming out of the hairpin uphill. Would you say that was a race? And it seemed like he squeezed a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, just no. It didn't affect either of you in terms of. Yeah. You're on the outside. Oh, okay. Yeah. The debutant. Yeah, in the Ferrari. I thought you had a good race there. To be fair, to get fifth, you said you're looking outside chance of a podium. You almost got it. Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, we saw off the restarts. Um, you were getting a bit smoked by the guys who had that straight line speed. I think it might have been Taton on one of them on one of the restarts. Even though you had a better restart for the first like 50 meters, he would just boom, straight. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was a great strategic maneuver there from Wes as well to come in. Yeah. Let me. Oh, did you get the results? I've got them just in case. All right. Let's uh, let's see if we can get. I think I think you avoiding those penalties um, did wonders for you. Yeah. I mean, I think Craig got ended up eighth, seventh or eighth because of the penalties
Eighth, yeah.
too. I'm trying to get Wes in for a post race interview. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Because then you live and die by what you've done. You're not. Yeah.
Welcome, Wes.
Oh,
Thoughts on the race?
I can't currently hear him, so you
Yeah,
won't be able to hear him on stream.
he's. I think he's crying.
Yeah, maybe.
P10.
10th. Oh, he's gone. He's
All right,
gone.
thanks for that. Thanks for that interview, Wes.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
the thoughts.
yeah, appreciate that.
Cheers.
That's maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll come back. As I said at the time, Josh, he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. There, he had the pace. He had everything good for, and he raced so well in the wet. He didn't have one incident in the wet, and then just after restart in the dry, he ah it was a brilliant race anyway. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was, I think the weather spiced things up.
It
Uh,
did,
as we're
definitely.
trying to see if Wes will come in for a post race interview.
He's actually jumped in the other party,
Oh,
but doesn't look like he's gonna bother. Oh no, he's left. You know, he's coming back in it. Yep, there you
yeah, here he is. Uh, is he? Are you with us, Wes? We're having a few technical difficulties right now.
go. Doesn't look like he wants to give us any comments on the race. It is.
Well,
Can't blame anyone but himself.
he's probably getting his words ready. It is a family show. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
we're
talking
allowed.
about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I've no, no, that was Craig,
Oh yeah.
and it's a quote. So I didn't say it. No, well, it's a quote. So technically, Craig said it. Come on, Wes, give us a word. Get out of
He's not in
game
game
chat.
chat. Why is he in game chat? Is he thick? I
I
mean, he's
mean,
scouse, so
I'll let you. Come on, Wes. Let's get an interview.
no, he's asking how to join game chat. Like, what's he on about? Oh, he's back in normal chat now. Wes, hello. What happened there then? Yeah, because we were saying we thought you were going to win the race. To be honest, before the safety car and after the restart as well, we thought you were going to win. Because you had the pace on. You had the pace on Reimer. Yeah, we jinxed you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the softs, so you would expect them to warm up better than the mediums.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, which I was surprised that you didn't spin through when it was absolutely pissing it down. Then as soon as it was dry, you end up losing the rear. Yeah.
Wes,
Yeah.
did you use a dry setup? Yeah. Okay. Whoa, it's a bit harsh. You you try racing in RR1 and then we'll talk. I know you think, yeah, I know you were thinking it, Wes, so I'll just say it because you haven't got the balls. But yeah, um, Mr. De Resta, who had a terrible, terrible qualifying session, but pulled it back and finished P8. Yeah, we got the quote from you, Craig. Well, that was shit. I fucking hate this track. Yeah, yeah. I just did. I just did twice. Yeah, yeah. Um, when Wes Spam, we went. You've seen that video and the meme of is it Joe Rogan and the UFC when he just grabs the two guys. Whoa! That's what it was like watching Wes spinning. Did you? How do you feel you get on? And Craig, did you think like you had a good? You feel like you had a good race overall? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course he was. Yeah. Okay. Did you? So did you? When it was in the wet, we seen that you were just holding steady. Were you just playing it safe and letting others make the mistakes around you? Is that what you were trying to do there? Just relaxed, nice and easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, that's it. We've said this, doing myself on the stream, that many times, that sometimes playing it safe is the best strategy, and let everyone else do what they've got to do, and you just race your race and stay out of trouble. So it's a good strategy to have. Anyway, before I go, I'd just like to say this will be the last stream on my channel. We are now going to have a dedicated racing channel on YouTube. Friday will be the first race on. No, Thursday, sorry, will be the first race on there. Um, and I think we're going to obviously we'll discuss it after the stream ends. But I kind of enjoyed the guest driver coming in and out. I think it gave us a new perspective on things. So that
Yeah, it's
could
good to have
be,
some insight on someone who's actually on the track
yeah, yeah, yeah.
rather
I
than
think that
verbal
could
driver.
work for the future. Being like
Yeah,
for different races, being different drivers in,
yeah,
and obviously they different people will approach races differently, have different strategies, etc. I think that worked quite well. Uh, anyway, thank you everybody, you guys for coming in and agreeing to be interviewed, especially you, Wes, because I'd been effing and jeffing like mental. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can imagine there was a few not safe for work slurs in there. Um,
Wet balled it.
Thank you as always, Louis, for
yeah.
co-commentating. Thanks to the drivers and especially the viewers. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and we'll see you all on Thursday, guys.
Adios.